and you want to let your publicist write something about stopping bags? Do you know what the fuck it is to sit in your fucking room for hours and days at a time writing raps?
Hold tight, hold tight. Bitch, come here. Bitch, come
here. It's delusional to say that other girls are flourishing.
Disgusting pig this person is. Calling a dead child a monkey, but telling people somebody talked about your child that never talked about your motherfucking child.
There is no going around it. Nicki Minaj is a woman who likes to speak her mind, and speak her mind she will if she ever feels disrespected in the industry by anyone who comes for her and her family. So here's a timeline of Nicki's most craziest feuds. First off, you know we gotta start off with Lil Kim. When Nicki started blowing up in the rap game, many fans started comparing them to one another, especially since Nicki remixed Kim's song, The Jump Off, on her first mixtape, Playtime Is Over. And she also started calling herself a Barbie and wearing colorful wigs and outfits that were very much reminiscent of Kim's style back in the 90s. Although Nicki did pay homage to Kim in her song Who's Your Best MC, it seemed like the beef just got away from them.
Name a girl as real as her. Nope, not Tim. Who's your best MCs? Nick, Fox, and Kim.
And it didn't help that fans kept pitting them against one another. In Roman's Revenge, it's said that Nicki even took a shot at Kim, who was at the time seemed to be hating on Nicki because she was the new kid on the block. But despite their beef, in 2021, Kim said that she would love to do a versus battle against Nicki. However, that never came to fruition. Over the years, Kim ended up letting go of their beef, and I, for one, was glad to see it dissolve.
God bless her. I wish her the best. I'm past that. I'm over it.
Next, we have Mariah Carey. In 2012, Nicki was famously chosen to be a judge on American Idol alongside the We Belong Together singer. At the time, the two had already collaborated on their 2009 bop, Up Out My Face. And according to Nicki, she thought that song put her in good tidings with Mariah. But when she came on the show, Nicki was shocked to learn that there were people around her who were telling her that Mariah wanted her off the program.
I heard them saying Mariah doesn't want you on the panel, but I was like, no, I'm friends with Mariah. And I was like arguing people down, like, don't believe everything you read, you're crazy. And so I went there and I kind of started feeling a little bit of like the shade. And I just kind of like overcompensated by being crazier. And I don't think that didn't work. No.
Famously, after a few tapings, the pair were caught arguing with one another, with Nicki even calling Mariah a witch to her face.
How does it happen? How does it even happen?
She's a bitch.
It's amazing. If she called me something that begins with a B and ends in an itch, I rebuke it.
In 2015, a few years later, after everything simmered down, Mariah did an interview where she said that being on American Idol was the worst experience of her life, and she has no interest in ever returning to the show. Coincidentally, that was the same year that Nicki got into it with Taylor Swift. After her dance track, Anaconda, was snubbed for Video of the Year at the MTV VMAs, Nicki took to Twitter to say that she would have been nominated if she was a different kind of artist. Also writing that if your video celebrates women with very slim bodies, then you will be nominated for Video of the Year. Obviously, the Swifties thought that Nicki was taking aim at Taylor because that year, Taylor's song Bad Blood, which features many of Taylor's slim celebrity friends such as Selena Gomez, Karlie Kloss, Gigi Hadid, and more, was nominated for Video of the Year and Best Collaboration at the VMAs. In a since-deleted post, Taylor responded to Nicki and said, "I've done nothing but love and support you. It's unlike you to pit women against each other. Maybe one of the men took your slot." However, Nicki clarified that she wasn't referring to Taylor Swift at all, and Taylor soon apologized to Nicki for misunderstanding her comments. Following the social media exchange, the two musicians later performed a medley of their greatest hits together on stage at the VMAs, and I, for one, adored it. And let's not forget what happened that year during that same award show. Nicki made headlines when she confronted Miley Cyrus on stage when she accepted her award for Best Hip Hop Video.
Back to this bitch that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
Hey. We're all in this industry. We all do interviews, and we all know how they manipulate. Nicki, congratulations. And just because the VMAs have already started doesn't mean that the voting is done.
I know some fans were confused about this drama, so let me quickly break it down for you. After Taylor and Nicki got into their little scuffle on Twitter, Miley later chimed in with comments of her own about Nicki in an interview that she did with the New York Times. There, Miley said that she did not agree with Nicki's tweets at all. She said, "What I read sounded very Nicki Minaj, which if you know, Nicki Minaj is not too kind, it's not very polite. I think there's a way you speak to people with openness and love. You don't have to start this pop star against pop star war." So when Nicki finally saw Miley in person, it was on. In response to the whole debacle, Nicki did an interview with the New York Times. She said, "The fact that you feel upset about me speaking on something that affects black women makes me feel like you have some big cojones. You're in videos with black men and you're bringing out black women on your stages, but you don't want to know how black women feel about something that's so important. Come on, you can't want the good without the bad." She also talked more about Miley embracing black culture and said, "Then you should also want to know what affects us, what is bothering us, what we feel is unfair to us." Now, if you thought this was the end of Nicki's rap beef with people in the industry, then you are sadly mistaken. Because in 2017, Nicki got into it with Remy Ma when Remy dropped her diss song against Nicki titled Sheather. While speaking with her Terror Squad member, Fat Joe online, Remy revealed how her once sweet and kind relationship with Nicki quickly turned sour.
The final straw is when somebody that is very credible, that we all know, and has sent just pretty much showed me messages that was from her, just talking so crazy and just like just pretty much praying on my downfall. Like, yo, I can't even really say who it is, because say what it said, because then it was people will know who said it. But I just couldn't believe it. Like, anytime anyone came to me and was telling me like, yo, this was said, I was like, nah, I don't believe it. Niggas is just saying that. Because we had a conversation. I told her, like, yo, you're supposed to say you're the best. Same way I'm supposed to say I'm the best. Niggas gonna try to put us against each other, whatever. So anytime anything like that happened, I was like, yeah, this is the lane that they always try to do, to try to put people against each other. When I saw it with my own eyes, I'm like, damn, like, my nigga, like, how you hate on me?
Next on the list, we have Cardi B. After the New York rapper's quick rise to fame in 2017 with her catchy hit Bodak Yellow, there were whispers that Nicki wasn't too pleased to have another female rapper on the scene. So when Nicki was featured on Katy Perry's song Swish Swish, she seemed to throw shade at Cardi and her man Offset. In the song, Nicki said, "Silly rap beefs just get me more checks. My life is a movie, I'm never Offset. Me and my amigos, no, not Offset." Now tensions arose even more between the two when they collaborated on Motorsports.
When I heard the track,
right,
her verse was in Finnish. Or it's not the verse that is on right now.
However, Nicki didn't take Cardi's words too kindly.
The first thing out of your mouth when someone asks you about a Nicki Minaj feature is, "She changed her version." Excuse me?
It wasn't until DJ Academics came out with the receipts that fans actually knew what was going on.
Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. Pull up in a space coupe, I'm linked with Marty. I can actually afford to get a pink Bugatti.
However, Nicki actually addressed this in a tweet where she said it was actually Quavo and his team who told her to change her verse. By the time she released her fourth studio album, Queen, fans noticed that she might have had some lyrics directed at Cardi in her song Ganja Burns, especially when Nicki said, "You gotta have real skill, gotta work for that. If it's your passion, would you give the world for that?" Unlike a lot of these, whether whack or lit, at least I can say I wrote every rap I spit. Tensions then reached an all-time high once the two crossed paths at the Harper's Bazaar Icon Party, where Cardi attempted to attack Nicki. Yes, attempted to attack her.
Tight, I got
Bitch, come here.
Cardi then talked about this whole altercation on Instagram and said she decided to address Nicki during Fashion Week because Nicki supposedly kept liking negative comments that people would post about Cardi's child and her life as a mom. In response, Nicki went on Queen Radio and talked about Cardi, the fight, and hurled even more insults her way.
disgusting pig this person is. Calling a dead child a monkey, but telling people somebody talked about your child that never talked about your motherfucking child so you can get some fucking sympathy points.
They can't feed their fucking family because you mad at what another man sticking his dick inside of.
Oh my gosh.
You mad. You mad at a woman for what a man is doing. And that's the problem with so many black women and women, period. Oh, because she's not black. Because she refers to you black women. Oh, we got the receipts for that too. FYI, she refers to black women as monkeys and roaches. Roaches!
Sadly, that was not the last female rapper that Nicki got into an altercation with. In 2022, Nicki dragged Latto into her drama when she felt like she was being quote-unquote sabotaged by the Grammys because they put her song Super Freaky Girl in the pop category section instead of the rap category section like she wanted. In return, Nicki quickly went on Twitter to complain about the whole issue and said that if we're trying to be fair and take her song out of the rap category section, then we should do the same with Latto's Big Energy because that can also be seen as the same type of music. And that was when all hell broke loose. Respectfully, Latto told Nicki that she agreed with her, especially since Latto has called Big Energy a pop song many times before. But for some reason, Nicki took a screenshot of Latto's message to her and posted it on IG, calling Latto a Karen and saying she's her biggest fan but didn't speak up for her when the timing was right. That led into a whole back and forth exchange between the two, with Latto saying Nicki was someone who she looked up to and that she's very disappointed with how the Chun-Li rapper was acting. She even called Nicki a bully and said she should not be acting that way because she's literally older than her mom. However, Nicki hit back and age-shamed Latto as well, saying, oh, so you in your 20s? Okay then, at least it matched your album sales. Damn girl, you sold 20K, right? Mad you flopped? That's why you really mad. After a heated back and forth online, Latto ended up sharing a private phone call that she had with Nicki, where Nicki was yelling at her on the phone.
I've done nothing to you. Yeah, you are.
Something that is clearly delusional.
It's delusional to say that other girls are flourishing.
Something that's stupid and misinformed.
It's
I'm the one acting crazy.
it's delusional to say that other girls are flourishing. Recognize we weren't giving the platforms that we're being given right now. And I give you props all the time in every other interview for opening the door for that to be a possibility now.
Okay. So what, in conclusion, what do you think you wanna say about, let's let you finish your statement about what female rappers were doing before and what they're doing now. I want you to finish it.
I finished it, Nicki.
Okay.
I said for a long time it was you.
It was me.
Yes,
so
your
you didn't do your research.
What
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have somebody send you the information about all the women in the last 10 years who have had Billboard recognition, worldwide global recognition, since you are clearly putting yourself above these people.
No, I'm not. That's the purpose I can't even think of the word, like just purposely trying not to understand what I'm saying.
You don't even understand what you're saying because
no, I know exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it was you running shit for a long time. I never said that you're no longer running shit. I said
the hard way. You're going to have to learn the real world and the industry.
Well, I love you and I will, regardless, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to support you from the sidelines. I feel from the sidelines because I can't do it publicly when someone is literally subtweeting me for no reason, purposely trying to misinterpret what I'm saying. I respect you too much to go back and forth with you. So I appreciate you for getting on the phone with me. The song lyric was recorded last year, way before any of this. And I cannot, you said, because you just said I like to say it's given though. The it's given bar was nothing, it didn't have nothing to do with you.
And it's not going to benefit you. You understand? if people around you cared about you, they would have told you that's not going to benefit you.
What's not going to benefit me?
Let me go. I have to do a Zoom. I'll hit you back. Thank you.
Ultimately, when the 2023 Grammys were announced, Latto was up for Best New Artist and Best Melodic Rap Performance. Even though she did not win any of those awards, Nicki did not receive any nominations. And finally, we come to Nicki's last rap beef with Megan Thee Stallion. In January, Nicki took all shots possible at Megan when she released her diss track, Bigfoot. In the song, Nicki made jabs at Megan's trial with Tory Lanez where she claims he shot her in the foot. In Bigfoot, Nicki said, "Bad witch, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The witch fell off, I said, get up on your good foot." Now, not only did Nicki make fun of a very serious situation, but she also talked about Megan's late mom, Holly, in the song. And she made claims that Megan slept with her mom's boyfriend, and she also said that Megan secretly got plastic surgery on the low. But mind you, all of this comes after Megan took a shot at Nicki in her new song, Hiss. In Hiss, she said, "These girls don't be mad at Megan, these girls be mad at Megan's Law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. Which you never finna check me, every chance you get, bet you're weak, won't address me." Now, for those of you who don't know what Megan's Law is, it's actually a law that was put in place a while back so that the public could be alerted of sex offenders who are in their area. Obviously, shots fired at Nicki's husband, who is registered as a sex offender. As of the date of this video being published, the two are still very much in a heated rap battle against each other, you guys. Some people are claiming Team Nicki, while others are claiming Team Megan. But I, for one, am simply following the news and letting you know what happens next. So for future updates, subscribe to TeaWithJoy. Thank you.